Okay, so people have been asking me how do I actually defend. So I've got a bit of a cheap here, a bit of a joke team here, and what we're going to do is going to be using my classic 4-2-4, but we've got everything on 50, and what we're going to do is we're just going to change everything, and we're just going to put the defense down. Balanced instructions are going to be the same as my tactics video, but just as a general rule of thumb, just do this from scratch, just to make this a bit basic. I'm going to quickly do this here. Stay back, stay back, stay back. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is just to show you that anyone can play the system. Now, as I said, I play very, very aggressive, okay? And I want to walk you through how, now this is going to be a bit confusing what you're going to see, okay? One thing I want to mention to you, my teammate contain button in this gameplay is going to be circle. That's the only thing I want you to realize. So this is me building up. If I lose the ball and I press circle, that's my teammate contain. And then my tackle button is X. That is the only thing that I want you to actually look at the difference, okay? So normally when I'm defending, what I would suggest to everyone in general is to not use teammate contain. And I say this because you don't really need it until you get to elite level. The reason why also is that inadvertently people, they use teammate contain, and a lot of the time when they lose the ball, they end up bringing a player out of position or they over rely on it. So the question is, well, when do you use it? Well, it comes down to a delicate art of knowing when to defend the angle towards goal. And this is why I say you need to learn to defend first. Because if you don't know how to defend first, a lot of people, they start spamming the teammate contain. I would use teammate contain conservative like here, and I use it with the attacking player to maintain that position, then I'll switch. But a lot of players here, they'll use teammate contain like this, and I use it like this, and they'll run out with the left back, or they'll run out with their centre back like this. You see that? And that is why I got lucky that I got the ball there, by the way. And that is why most people, they get lucky. Like, see with the teammate contain, they use it, like I'm using it to maintain that player. You see, I'm always controlling the player behind. The one that's going towards danger, that player is always controlled. So that is the way that I use teammate contain. Once you get better at the game, you can start becoming more elaborate on which player you use to use teammate contain. But that is why I always say, guys, don't use it until you get to elite level. So this is the way that I would use it. So I would use it to basically close down an area or to apply pressure. And if, for example, I use it with my centre back, which is very rarely, but if I do it with a use case. So for example, like there, I know that Araujo was going to close that angle out to the other striker, and that was his only passing option. Therefore, I was able to use that angle. I'm just going to play that through ball over there. Good defending from my opponent. They use teammate contain, run back, teammate contain here, run back, run back, run back. Quick switch, get the ball to Vila. Just as a bit of an example, bring the ball up. And as you can see, I'm not using some amazing player with amazing stats. Like, you know, people are going to be like, oh, using a player with amazing defense awareness. No. You know, these Raho cost 700 coins. Klosterman doesn't cost too much. This is the gold Correa card as well. So none of these cards have like these amazing stats. People be like, oh, you know, these guys have high aggression, stuff like that. It's not like that. It's like here, I'll use teammate contain conservatively, cut the passing lane out, and here, like, I use teammate contain, and I man mark the passing lane in the middle. You see that? So I offloaded the responsibility of teammate contain to the person on the wing once I was sure and secure of the area. It's going to make a pass. It's like here, using teammate contain to apply pressure. I'm switching to player off screen and predicting where the second passing lane is going to be. Using teammate contain here, teammate contain again a bit more, using teammate contain just to push Araujo a little bit forward there to cut that passing lane. But no, you see, I know the key is knowing when to stop pressing it. You see, I don't just hold it randomly. I'm only holding it like here. I know it's a good chance to win the ball. Okay, I'm going to let go. See what's happening now. Okay, now I use teammate contain. Cut that passing lane out. Cut that passing lane out with a right back. Switch to the right back now. Use teammate contain to close the angle out. Now I'm going to man mark the passing lane. Now I'm going to man mark the cutback. Man mark the area towards goal. So you see, even that cutback there, I just moved ever so slightly a bit more forward. Once I lost the ball, I ended up man marking the goal line. You see that? You might have to rewind about 10 seconds or so, but you can see how I man marked the goal line after. You can see it's quite difficult to explain this. Don't forget, I'm doing this in real time. People say to me, are you recording this after? No, I'm recording this in real time, and that is why I have to speak quick. If you want to see more videos like this on pressing, by the way, you can see on my Patreon series, patreon.com/NoGuides, or you can click on the link down below in the description, and it should give you an example of how to press. And it's actually a 3-hour video explaining how to press, when to switch players, when to close the gaps, etc, etc. Now here we're going to run back now using teammate contain. Cut the angle out using teammate contain with that guy. See how I let go with teammate contain? Using teammate contain to close the angle out. So you see how you might have to go back again 10 seconds as well. Do you see how I let go of teammate contain? So I said to the game, I want you to not use teammate contain with that player anymore. I want to use with that player instead. Now here we're just going to go for the goal now. Got a bit fortunate there. Goal Correa. should be able to get this near post if he moves the goalkeeper. I just anticipated he was going to move the goalkeeper there, and that is exactly why I moved that player across. Using teammate contain to close the angle out. Now you see I made a bit of a mistake using teammate contain, and I'm recovering. You see that? So I'm always making sure the lead, and this is why I say you have to have a good defensive structure before you even use teammate contain. Because if you don't, you'll aimlessly use teammate contain and players will commit out of position. You have to have a good defensive structure. So like there, how you used Klosterman and teammate contain. Have a look there. I used Klosterman and teammate contain for him, and I use him to block the passing line. That is very advanced. That takes a lot of understanding of the game, of knowing where the player stands when he uses teammate contain. He runs towards the ball, so I knew that will close the gap out. But you see why you need to have a good defensive structure, because when you use teammate contain, you're moving a player out of position, guys. This is a thing to note. So if you use your centre back like this and you're moving him out of position, you're now costing a situation where it's a 1v2 in the middle, especially if you make a mistake. So that is why you have to have awareness of, okay, which player am I moving out of position, and if so, do I have that ability to recover? Here I should be able to get this goal. So Liam, I got this guy on no chemistry, by the way. Fantastic player. Really, really good agility and balance here. Nice bringing out the goalkeeper, bringing it too far there for my opponent. Good defending. First time driven pass downwards. Not really what I wanted. Driven pass to the middle. 1-2. Waiting for the overlap of Salim. Pass back. I'm just going to have a bit of fun now with my opponent. Just seeing him, how he's... the basics are obviously not in check when he's defending. And you can see, look... oh my god, that's the key benefit with players' good agility balance. The key thing is though with defending is pace. You need to have, like Zelensky there, see how he got that ball? You need to have the pace and the ability to recover though, guys. This is very, very important, guys. If you don't have the pace, you're going to be in trouble. Like select here, I can take a risk and use teammate contain with that centre back because I know he's fast enough to recover Klosterman. If Klosterman doesn't have that pace, and especially that agility and balance, which I think is very important as well, they can't turn as quick. If you do want to get better at FIFA 23, I do have a FIFA School Series. But just before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money? I can say that because I've been running my paid advanced in-depth FIFA School Series successfully for many years, and thousands of others have joined already and still stay on. This is for all levels of those that want to improve on FIFA, and you won't find these videos on my YouTube channel. These videos are a progressive systematic learning system that teaches you everything from the core mechanics of FIFA to the meta, so you can get better at FIFA as a whole, not just this game, with examples and explanations that go beyond the scope of YouTube videos. With new videos coming out every single week, these videos also adjust to recent updates and patches so you can stay up to date. So come join thousands of others in a mature audience community for those looking to get better. Patreon.com/nilguides, link is down below in the description. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos that are specifically made for both new gen and old gen, with new videos in FIFA 23 getting added every single week. We also have an additional group coaching as well that we started this year due to high demand and high request. And don't forget guys, it's a money back guarantee, so if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money. That is the Nil Guides guarantee. Anyway, link is down below in the description. Patreon.com/nilguides. But anyway, back to the video. If you do want to get better at FIFA 23, I do have a FIFA School Series. But just before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money? I can say that because I've been running my paid advanced in-depth FIFA School Series successfully for many years, and thousands of others have joined already and still stay on. This is for all levels of those that want to improve on FIFA, and you won't find these videos on my YouTube channel. These videos are a progressive systematic learning system that teaches you everything from the core mechanics of FIFA to the meta, so you can get better at FIFA as a whole, not just this game, with examples and explanations that go beyond the scope of YouTube videos. With new videos coming out every single week, these videos also adjust to recent updates and patches so you can stay up to date. So come join thousands of others in a mature audience community for those looking to get better. Patreon.com/nilguides, link is down below in the description. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos that are specifically made for both new gen and old gen, with new videos in FIFA 23 getting added every single week. We also have an additional group coaching as well that we started this year due to high demand and high request. And don't forget guys, it's a money back guarantee, so if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money. That is the Nil Guides guarantee. Anyway, link is down below in the description. Patreon.com/nilguides. But anyway, back to the video. If you do want to get better at FIFA 23, I do have a FIFA School Series, but just before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money? I can say that because I've been running my paid advanced in-depth FIFA School Series successfully for many years, and thousands of others have joined already and still stay on. This is for all levels of those that want to improve on FIFA, and you won't find these videos on my YouTube channel. These videos are a progressive systematic learning system that teaches you everything from the core mechanics of FIFA to the meta, so you can get better at FIFA as a whole, not just this game, with examples and explanations that go beyond the scope of YouTube videos. With new videos coming out every single week, these videos also adjust to recent updates and patches so you can stay up to date. So come join thousands of others in a mature audience community for those looking to get better. Patreon.com/NeilGuides, link is down below in the description. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos that are specifically made for both new gen and old gen, with new videos in FIFA 23 getting added every single week. We also have an additional group coaching as well that we started this year due to high demand and high request. And don't forget guys, it's a money back guarantee, so if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money. That is the Neil Guides guarantee. Anyway, link is down below in the description, patreon.com/NeilGuides. But anyway, back to the video. If you do want to get better at FIFA 23, I do have a FIFA School Series, but just before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money? I can say that because I've been running my paid advanced in-depth FIFA School Series successfully for many years, and thousands of others have joined already and still stay on. This is for all levels of those that want to improve on FIFA, and you won't find these videos on my YouTube channel. These videos are a progressive systematic learning system that teaches you everything from the core mechanics of FIFA. People always misunderstand the fullbacks and centre-back meta when I first used it in FIFA 20. Yes, they were faster, but it was their ability to have better agility and balance which let them have better run and jockey and better maneuvering on the ball and better movement. And that is one of the sole reasons I went to fullbacks. It wasn't just because of pace. It was pace, one of the primary things, of course, but it was the agility. And this is why when you see me use centre-backs, I always try to go for someone like Koundé, someone like Ricardo Carvalho, good agility and balance, and the ability to move. Again here, just closing out. And don't forget, by default, teammate contain will be the R1 button. But just in this example, it will be circle for me, as I mentioned. Just in this example here, overlap, pass back, waiting. Shoot here. I don't really want him to leave. This is a good example of a player where he's good enough, but also he's not, for example, too easy to beat, and therefore wouldn't be a good example, because you have to find the right balance when recording a tutorial. That's why no one does these live comms, but you have to speak really fast and explain what you're doing before the situation actually happens. And also don't forget as well, and of course when you're watching a game as well, everything looks easy. You know, for example, like people always say, oh, you know what, Neil, when you do it, it looks so easy. Well, it's because it takes some time. You know, same with creating space. People say, you know, that video of creating space, they say, oh no, it looks so easy. It does look easy if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're in trouble. That's nice agile dribbling from my opponent there. Got his teammate contain here. That was switch to the main player and block the angle out. You see that? Man marking the danger area also. You see, look, I basically said to him, you know what, take that shot. But if you're going to take that shot, you're going to take that shot from an odd angle. That's what I was saying to him. You should be able to score that here. Green timed headers. This guy really knows how to green time his headers. I haven't seen that for a long time. Running with Correa. Bit too much. Got a bit lucky. How is that his foul? God knows. I'm going to be applying pressure here. Marking that pass lane. Then switch that play. Man, to apply pressure. Teammate contain. Switching player. Predicting what's going to happen there. Using the centre back. Baiting the pass by running backwards. Pretending I'm going out of position. But actually going forward and forcing him to make that pass. So that's another thing that you can do as well. Is baiting. Making him think you made a mistake. But you didn't make a mistake. You're just ready to get rid of that button. And you're ready to recover. Using teammate contain here. Occupy that position. You can even use partial team press like this. Partial teammate contain. This is very, very risky. But if you know what you're doing, it is very, very good to win the ball back. As I always say, take this with a grain of salt, guys. You have to remember, you have to understand the basics of, and this is why I'll always say to you, unless you get to elite level, you do not need to use teammate contain. You're better off just switching players manually, and that is the way you defend. You will, statistically speaking, be better defensively. And the reason for this is even if you do teammate contain, let's say 10 times correctly inside the game, there's a large chance you're going to do it twice incorrectly, and twice is enough for you to go down by 2 goals. And that is why I always say, look, even if you watch most of my tutorials, do you ever see me use teammate contain? No. If you see me, I press manually. I press like this. I'll switch to the players and I'll apply pressure like this, manually like this. You see that? Not using teammate contain. I'm still applying pressure, but I'm switching very, very quickly. You see that? Switching very, very quickly, giving him a hard chance. If he's going to take that shot, it's going to be a difficult angle, and that is why I say you don't need to use teammate contain, and it's only going to cost you initially. Waiting for the overlap, just waiting. There should be the perfect time. We're going to go for a cheeky chip, green time, and I don't think that's enough power. Nowhere near enough power over there. Same thing here, defending, use a bit of teammate contain, push that player forward. Now, and that's my centre back, but I know I'm in trouble now. You see that? In trouble. Now I'm going to recover with bringing my goalkeeper out. So you see, that's a lot of things that happen as well. A lot of people think, oh, you know, when someone defends, they may run out with this. And this is the whole, oh, pros use their centre back to defend. Yes, even I use my centre backs to defend. Even I run out like a nutter, and I don't mind it. I don't mind conceding more goals by running out my centre back, but I could trust my goalkeeper. I know, for example, you know, when should I bring out my goalkeeper? You know, when do I bring my goalkeeper out if my centre back is taken? Or if I run out of my centre back like a nutter, I know how I can recover. And that is why, if you look at indirectly, I always say to use pace for your defenders. Because if you don't have that Aldasawa guy is actually a really, really good card, by the way, and that's what, especially a super sub, and that is why I say, look, if you're going to run out with your centre backs, you have to trust yourself and your ability to defend. Can you, for example, recover in time? Can you switch that player? Do you know, and see like Araujo there, you see? That's the ability, and the key thing of sprint speed is knowing, for example, when to recover. And that's why I say, if you make a mistake and that player is fast, it's easier to recover than if he's not fast. Again, using a bit of teammate contain here, and you can see I'm going to mark that passing lane upwards, switch to the player at the bottom, and cut that passing lane out quickly. See that? That's advanced level there. That will take some time. It's risky because you're not looking at the ball carrier, you see? Even there, I had to interpret where the ball is going to be. Again, this will come with experience, by the way. It's not going to be easy in the beginning. Don't assume it takes months, maybe even years to learn this, guys. But once you understand the game, you understand how the mechanic works, it makes it a lot more easier. What you want to ideally do is you want to understand, when does a player apply press, when do they go forward, you want to learn when to let go of that button and when to recover. Because don't forget, when you're applying pressure, a lot of the time I'm not actually looking at the ball. What I'm looking at is I'm looking at the radar, and I'm looking at the players to press. I'll give you an example. Let me just shoot here. So I'm looking at the radar now, and I'm pressing with the radar, and I'm switching with my right stick switch to another player. You see, I'm not looking at the ball. I'm trusting my defender to use teammate contain naturally, and then I'm switching. You see that? I'm not in this whole phase. Now I'm looking at the ball now because I've got to realize what's going on. Then I got a slide tackle here. It was a good shot. I gave him that chance to score. I didn't think we'd even get it on target. Fair play, actually got it hit in the post. But you see, I'm not actually looking at the, look here, I'm not even looking at the ball. I'm looking at the player inside the middle, and I'm ready to recover. So you see, where I'm actually looking is completely different. And that is why with teammate contain, it takes that game knowledge and awareness. You need to know where your players are. If you don't know where your centre back is, you can't use, I know peripherally my centre back is there, so I can take that risk with teammate contain. I know he's going to recover there, and I can use teammate contain again. So it's also understanding peripherally where those players are. That is the key. So if you're going to practice it, what I'd recommend is try to not look at the ball. If you can play FIFA with just looking at the radar and not looking at the ball, let's say, for example, you can look at other players on the pitch when you're defending, and you can trust yourself to make that movement just by knowing where the ball roughly is in your peripheral vision, then teammate contain will become second nature to you. But unfortunately, I'll be realistic, a lot of people that are watching this, they don't have that ability yet. And that is why I say teammate contain is the best feature to defend in the game. The best feature, one of the best. But if you don't know how to use it, it can be definitely one of the worst. That is something I want to mention to you. So although it could be the best tool, it could also be the same tool that can destroy you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you want to watch more videos like this, check out my Patreon. So it's patreon.com/NeilGuides. Link is down below in the description, or you can click on the left side of the screen right now and sign up. Now, don't get above after 1 month, I'll refund your money. Don't forget to check out my tutorials on dribbling and teammate contain there. Thanks for watching. Peace out.